Why do so many autistic individuals struggle with social isolation and finding meaningful opportunities? What if it isn't just about a preference to be alone, but about trauma? Trauma, especially when tied to early social experiences, can shape how a person views connection and belonging. In this video, I'll explain how trauma creates barriers to social engagement, why opportunities can often feel inaccessible, and how healing the stored emotional pain can open doors to connection and growth. For many autistic individuals, social isolation isn't always a choice. It's often a response to overwhelming social environments or past experiences of rejection, misunderstanding, or exclusion. Trauma from negative social interactions, like being ridiculed, dismissed, or excluded, teaches the brain that socializing is unsafe. Over time, this can lead to the belief that being alone is better than facing the emotional pain that comes with social pressure. Social rejection doesn't just hurt, it creates lasting emotional imprints. Each negative experience is stored as a memory associated with fear, pain, or shame. When a person experiences similar social situations later, the brain reactivates that stored emotion, reinforcing a sense of unease and distrust. This can make social interactions feel like an emotional minefield, where one wrong move could lead to discomfort, embarrassment, or rejection. The only safe option? Avoidance. This is why finding employment or social opportunities that feel accommodating can be so difficult. Traditional workplaces or social events often don't account for sensory sensitivities, communication differences, or the need for structured environments. When a person repeatedly encounters environments that feel overwhelming or dismissive, they can start to believe that there's no place where they truly belong. This can lead to them withdrawing from opportunities altogether, not because they lack ambition or ability, but because they lack a sense of safety. Even loneliness itself can be layered in emotional pain. For some, it can feel like a catch-22 where they crave connection but avoid it out of a fear of rejection or discomfort. Over time, this can create a cycle of isolation where the more a person avoids social interactions, the harder it becomes for them to re-engage. The emotional pain from past rejections can compound into a belief that relationships are just far too risky or unmanageable. However, it's important to understand that preferring solitude isn't always negative. For many autistic individuals, time alone provides relief and a chance to recharge from overwhelming sensory and social demands. But when solitude becomes a protective response to trauma, it can lead to deep feelings of isolation, disconnection, and a lack of opportunities for connection and growth. But here's the hopeful part. This cycle of isolation and avoidance can be broken. At the core of social isolation tied to trauma is the emotional pain stored in traumatic memories. By addressing and releasing these stored emotions, the brain can begin to see social interactions as less threatening. When the emotional charge stored in traumatic memories is resolved, social opportunities no longer feel like a trap and become potential opportunities for connection and fulfillment. Healing allows individuals to regain a sense of confidence and self-worth. Instead of seeing themselves as outsiders or assuming rejection, they can start to approach social situations with a sense of curiosity and openness. This doesn't mean becoming highly social overnight. It means having the freedom to choose connection when they want it, without being held back by fear or past pain. Healing trauma also opens the door to seeking meaningful opportunities like employment and social engagements that feel aligned and accommodating. With an improved sense of self and emotional resilience, individuals are more likely to advocate for their needs, seek out environments that respect their differences, and build relationships where they feel valued. Social isolation and the struggle to find meaningful opportunities doesn't stem from a lack of capability or desire. It often stems from a response to trauma. But with understanding, healing, and support, it's possible to move from isolation to connection, from fear to confidence, and from self-protection to growth. For those of you who want to learn about how to gain 7 days free access to the latest groundbreaking technique for healing emotional trauma, then check out my latest blog post, Autism Alternative Therapies, a pathway to emotional healing and transformation. In it you'll find the details on how to gain access. You can experience this groundbreaking technique from the comfort, safety and privacy of your own home. The days of years and years of therapy to overcome trauma are long gone. And for those of you who want to find out even more about how trauma impacts autism, then check out this video up here.